What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna try us out some of this Final Fantasy XVI demo. Now, I tried it out on the Steam Deck OLED, and no, that did not work out well at all. It started, it displayed an image, and that's about where it stopped. After that, it was pretty much unplayable. I mean, sometimes it'd be like 30 FPS without frame gen, but sometimes it felt like it was getting like 10 FPS with frame gen, even though it said you were getting like 30 or whatever. But sometimes it was even saying 26, so in reality we probably were only getting like 5 or something FPS. So it's probably not gonna work out all that well on here either, but at least we can give it a shot, because I'm sure some people are interested in trying to play it on their handhelds. So we'll try it out on basically the most powerful one. So let's go ahead, not wasting more time, get it hooked up to the capture computer, and let's go give it a shot. All right, well, when you try to launch this on the Ally X, you are greeted with this. And it does let us play, but we do have some issues later on. But for now, let's go and get ourselves a little bit of some gameplay. At least until the problem arises. All right, so this time around here, we're just gonna go with low settings at 1080p, but with base of 1080p, we're still gonna use FSR 3 quality. We'll do FSR 3 generation later. And we're just gonna keep it on low, because I think that's the only chance we got at it being any playable FPS in this entirety. But even this thing might not be able to get playable FPS, but hey, let's go find out. All right, here we are in the game. Fortunately, I got like, the save point was right before like a little, like, not so much a cutscene, but not controlling the character for a second. It's more like it. And he pretty much almost dies. But yeah, as you can see, we're not exactly getting great FPS. I mean, this is probably what it was more like on the Steam Deck, if not worse. Because this kind of looks exactly like what it looked like on the Steam Deck with frame gen on at this part. Only obviously with nowhere near as good looking graphics. But this game might be a little bit too tough for either of them. But this one also might get a bunch more FPS once it actually gets a driver for the game. So, we'll have to see. Alright, we don't need to do the combat fighting again. How dare you all watch me get my ass kicked? Get the fuck out of here. That must have took a lot out of him. But that guy did seem like he's pretty much like a badass for like all the general troops. Huh. He reminds me similar of that kid from that Plague's Tale Requiem. Anyway, let's move on. Now we're going to tone it down to 900p. Probably still won't be playable yet, but worth a shot. Same FSR 3 quality. Obviously, it's going to be a lower resolution than 900p. I don't know what it really equates to, but definitely lower than 900p. And we're just going to keep everything on low, because that's the only chance we have at ever running this game, I think, on something like this. So with that out of the way, let's go jump back into the game. All right, here we are in the game, and it looks like we're getting close-ish to playable FPS. Oh, well, not anymore. We were for a second there. But I didn't think this was going to be quite playable yet. But some people might consider this playable, so we'll get a little bit of gameplay here. Compared to before, that was just completely terrible. Yep, the gates are indeed closed. I don't know why I did not go towards the thing that it's telling me to go to, but I just wanted to see what would happen. An apple? Well, I'll be damned. I know some royalty probably likes being treated like this, but I don't know. This would not sit right with me. But at the same time, the higher ups need to have people not just treat them like another person. Otherwise, other people go, oh, well, fuck, what do I gotta be scared of? I'll just go stab this guy, fuck it. We can't have that kind of society. At least that's probably what I'd think in this kind of society. We don't luckily have no kingship, stuff like this where we are forced to bow to anybody, luckily. Anyway, though, on to the next resolution. Now we will do 720p. Obviously still with FSR on, but not frame gen yet. We'll do that next. I probably should have turned the sharpness down a little bit too, but this was more of an FPS versus, like, making the game look the best. It's probably gonna look a little over sharpened with that at 10. Didn't really notice that until I got to recording, but anyway, let's go see what it's like. Alright, here we go. Let's get ourselves a little gameplay here. 720p. FSR on quality though, so it's not really 720p. Oops, I almost jumped off the wall there. But at least now we're getting playable-ish FPS. Looks kind of like crap now, at least all blown up like this, but at least we're getting playable-ish FPS, so I'll take it. Especially because I know it won't look that awful bad on the actual screen of the thing. Alright, I guess that's about all there is to look at out here. Let's go through the door, I guess. Probably going to be a cutscene after that. No, there's not. Well, color me surprised. Alright, let's just go around the perimeter and look for items. You never know where they're going to plop an item down in a Final Fantasy game. Oh, see, there's one now. It's a potion. Alright. Anything else? Probably not, but I'm just curious. Oh, what are you doing over here? Sure you are. Oh, what does he have to say? Alright, well, I guess now let's go through these doors. Oh shit, we gotta make an effort. This isn't just any door. This is a door. Oh, I was gonna say, do we have to put in effort again, or nope, it's a cutscene. I think we're just gonna go in. Yeah, we're gonna need it.
しにより参上いたしました。何なりと。
ここにアナベラはおらん。楽にしろ。
それで北部に変わりは。
Alright though, moving on. So now we're gonna try some frame gen. We're just gonna leave everything else the same way it was. Quality upscaling. And now frame gen is ticked on. Everything else is still on low. And alright, let's go hop back into the game. Alright, now let's get a little gameplay here with frame gen on. Obviously it says we're getting 60, but here we're not really getting 60. It's a lie. A lie, I tell ya. How do we get out of here? That's a door, can't go out there. No command windows popping up, okay. It was also a lot darker when I was actually playing. Yeah, I didn't see these stairs at all. I had no idea where I was going, couldn't see a damn thing. But that was my own fault for not setting up the thing properly. But I didn't want to set it up for the capture computer's monitor, you know? And then come back over here and have it be either way too bright or way too dark. So, sorry if it's a little hard to see, but it's a lot easier than it is to see than it was for me. I can actually make stuff up now.
How long will it take?
長くはない。4、5日といったところだ。
ジョシュアの動向は？
お前とてロズフィールドの血を引くものだろう。忘れたわけではあるまい。戦の前にはフェニックスゲートで天慶を仰ぐのが古くからの習わし。それができるのはドミナントたる。
Yep, he is taking Joshua. You hear that? It seems like all cutscenes seem to just be 30 FPS. But I mean, it is a cutscene. It doesn't really matter. I prefer 60 all the time, no matter what. But hey, I don't always get what I want, especially on these handhelds. And besides, I think that's like that on everything. I don't think it's just because I'm on an ally. I think it'll be 30 for all cutscenes on everything, no matter what. Could be wrong. Anyway, moving on. Alright, that was a little short and a lot of talking, so I wanted to get a little bit more running around. And then I found out that we crash. I think I get that part on the screen recorded portion here. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look very nice all blown up like this. And it makes it a lot easier to see the weird artifacts around him when he's running. That's the thing FSR and frame gen and all that shit sucks at. It's not very good with finite movements. Even when you're moving slow like that, if you really focus, you can see the issues. Again, though, that's easy for me to say while I'm just sitting here watching myself play and watching cutscenes and this, that, and the other thing. You bastard. How dare you step on things on the ground. Alright, yep, and this is where it crashes. And it crashes every time, no matter what. Which I will show during the camera recorded portion. I thought maybe, oh, it might be frame gen's fault. But yep, does that every time, right there, no matter what. As soon as you use that move, you're done. So, anyway, let's move on to camera, and I'll show you guys what it does there. Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay. The game actually crashed and locked my whole system up, so It did tell me the driver wasn't correct and the game doesn't even want to run, but then it actually ran, so I decided screw it. We'll at least get some footage. But then I noticed something else. This game has insane load times. Like, look at that. And this is on a little handheld. And then, yeah, it doesn't look so bad like I figured on the actual screen itself. It doesn't look like anything to write home about, just like on Wukong. But yeah, at least it feels alright-ish. Just sucks that it's possibly that it could crash at any moment. I wonder if it'll just crash at the same time over and over again, actually. That would be interesting. Alright, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do. So we gotta go over here. And then I don't want to watch that damn cutscene again. We already saw it. So we're just gonna cancel that, and hopefully this time it won't crash on me. And if it does, well then we'll just wrap the video on up and say, oh, this game's unplayable. Yep. So, every single time you get into a battle and try to attack them, it will crash. Although, maybe that's just because frame gen is on. So, I'm going to really quickly go restart the thing again and turn frame gen off and see if it does the same thing. It's probably just going to crash here every time, but I want to see if it's just frame gen being wonky. Alright, I turned frame gen off now, so let's see if it does the same thing. Obviously we're getting like 40 FPS now, and it still can't always stay above 30, but it was at least pretty playable. And besides, I wouldn't use frame gen anyway, but a lot of people like seeing it, so I try it out when I can, but for all we know, maybe that's what was causing this to crash every time. But it might just do that every time because, like it said at the beginning, the driver is incompatible. It's too old. But let's go through this again. We're just going to skip. Nope. So it's got nothing to do with frame gen. This thing just cannot handle this game right now. Even if you can get past the beginning, as soon as you get to an actual fight like this, it's going to crash up every single time. Well, that's pretty shitty, but hopefully when the actual thing comes out, there'll be a driver that is compatible with it, and we can try it out. Because it seems pretty playable-ish, at least, when you have low settings and quality FSR. And frame gen doesn't seem to be the cause of it crashing. I figured it was maybe just a frame gen thing, but alright, well, this was a bust. Nah, at least we actually got a little bit of playable frames before we crashed out. Same thing probably would have happened with the Steam Deck, let's be honest. But anyway, let's go wrap the video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for the Final Fantasy XVI demo on the Asus Ally X, and it definitely, while it was playable, we got to a part where we just crash every time no matter what. Now, we were warned at the beginning that my graphics driver is outdated and it's not compatible. It still let me play though. I figured right after that it was going to say, we're not going to let you even play. Fuck you, get out. But no, it let me in. So that's why I'm not even too surprised that we had a crash. I'm just a little irritated it's the same spot every time, so it's pretty much we can't go any further. So that's that for this. So it's probably going to do the same thing to me on the little Firebat mini PC, but we'll still give it a shot. Who knows? Maybe for whatever reason that one will work just fine. But I mean, if this thing is more powerful and it's struggling to play it, I really don't think that thing's going to be able to play it well. Might not even play it at all, but at least that one will have the most up-to-date drivers. So we'll see if it's a driver issue, or if it's just like a game I'm fucking Final Fantasy 15 and I hate AMD, fuck you, or something like that. So we'll see. But that's about all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.